Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. Welcome to all of the Starseeds out there, the light workers, the awakening souls. And thank you for joining me for another video here on this channel. So today I wanted to talk about something really different, kind of like let you in a little bit behind the scenes of Starseed Academy. There's been something that I have been working on. It began last year, and it's something that's become so like important to me and very like I have like a fire for it, like a passion for it. And so of course I want to share that with you. I share everything I love with you all. So yeah, I want to give you a little peek behind the scenes of stuff I've been working on. But of course, just before we jump in like fully to the video, I want to remind you to make sure that you are subscribed for new videos every Sunday on this channel. I love your video requests. I have a small note section on my phone where I keep them. They're getting a little bit low. Like I definitely wouldn't mind getting a couple of more in. Nothing is really off limits when it comes to video requests. So please feel free to just, be super creative around that. I love it. And what else did I want to share with you? Oh, I also wanted to share, if you're not over on Instagram, you definitely want to be over there. Starseed Academy, come follow me. There is all kinds of unique, feisty, really like innovative, standout content that is happening over there. And it's very different than kind of the vibe here on YouTube. Each platform has its own vibe, We do long form content here so we can go really deeply into things, but the content over there is really fun. It's got a lot more like humor. It's fun and it's punchy, and I think that if you resonate with my energy, I know you'd love it over there. So come on over there. And then also don't forget that the Starseed Academy membership is open for new members right now, and it is such a potent place to be. We do live events together every single month. One of them is always a group reading, so you get an opportunity to get a reading by me, and it's just such a valuable container. I really can't say enough about it because there is, I think, around 200 videos now in the resource library. So you get access to all of my master classes, all of my lessons, all the things that aren't here on YouTube. And every single event in the membership also gets recorded and added to the resource library. So there is so much over there for workshops, like how-tos, but as well as really deep and beautiful like activations and healings and communicating with higher dimensional beings, and even journeying to these places around the Milky Way. Like we went to Lyra, we've been to Venus, like a Venusian society. We've been to the crystal spires of Andromeda. We've been to an Arcturian healing cave. We've been to Lemuria. It just never ends. Like there's so much. I have so many ideas, so much creativity, and that's kind of my place where I go a little bit wild, is in the membership, and I take everybody with me on that. So it's really fun. Okay. So now that we've got all that out of the way, let's jump into what I wanted to talk about today. Okay, so basically something that I've really fallen in love with is mentoring other starseeds in their Earth mission, right? So a lot of the time what that looks like is a business. I don't know if you feel this way as well, but like a lot of starseeds do not do well in the 9-to-5. They do not do well with a boss. They do not do well with being told what to do, when to do it, where to be. And many of them have all of these gifts. Obviously, you guys are so friggin' gifted and you're so awakened. And then you have this incredible magic about you. So of course you desire starting your own business, but a lot of the times those businesses never really get off the ground because it takes more than just like the high vibes and the gifts to make it here in the 3D, right? Because it's physical here. And we live with like 2 feet in 2 different worlds, don't we? We're in these high dimensional, and I get this because I literally work in the high dimensions all day long, like channeling these incredible higher dimensional beings, even all the way up to the angelic realms, even all the way up to God source. And so for me, I get that. I'm like, it can be very ungrounded, and you have to have somebody or a strategy that can actually ground into the physical realm what you're trying to do. So I want to talk about how I help people to do that. I think it's going to be very enlightening. When I've done videos like this in the past, you guys love them because it's different than what we normally do, and it gives you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, okay, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, then this is for you, okay? So let's jump in. So what I wanted to share with you is how being a starseed, and if you think of yourself as a light worker, I mean you too. Like, I really just truly mean a spiritually awakened soul or an old soul that's trying to help here on earth with their gifts, putting your soul gifts in service, using what you have, the magic that you have, to help humanity. Or potentially, we're not all here to serve humanity. Some people are here to serve the nature spirits, the nature kingdom, the animal kingdom, and those kinds of things. This still applies to that. Okay, that's a green tea and it's so good. Okay, so this is going to give you some ideas around where those blocks might be and how you can kind of move through them. And I have to write it from the perspective of myself. I can't write it from any other perspective. So from my perspective, what I'm now telling you is how I am different. How would I be different than a regular business mentor? Like, why would something like business mentorship light me on fire with so much excitement and passion? Doesn't that just sound so boring? But it's not. It's so effing magic. And why is that? Let me let you into this world that I have discovered. Let me take you behind the scenes. Sit back, relax, grab a beautiful warm drink, and just enjoy this, because it's going to be eye-opening and also a lot of fun. Okay, so how am I different than a regular business mentor? Well, the first thing, or the only thing, the main thing, is that I'm psychic. So now I'm not your regular 3D business mentor. I'm this like very high vibrational, psychic, magic walking on legs business mentor. And really, we could just end the video there. No, I'm just kidding. Like, that's enough. That's it though, right? But I'm going to tell you, why does that make business mentorship different? Why does it elevate what I do? How do I use my gifts, my psychic gifts, in what I do? If you're a coach or a business mentor, you're going to love this as well. There's so many people that this is going to be good for. Okay, so one of the biggest ways, I've got 3 big headings here. So the first one is clairsentience. Do you know what that is? Okay, clairsentience is a psychic gift. It's a French word, and it means clear feeling, clairsentience. It's clear feeling. It's an empathic thing, okay? So if you think of yourself as an HSP or an empath, then you are definitely clairsentient, strongly so. You are able to read other people, their energy. Not just their energy, their emotions, their not so much thoughts, but like their vibe. You know, we're not mind readers, but we are reading emotions. We are reading intentions. We are reading your energy deep within and around your energetic fields where you're at. So I can, as a mentor, as a business mentor, I can feel your energy. And so I know when you're out of alignment. And that is so, so unbelievably helpful, because instead of wasting time going down the wrong path, and trying to force yourself to fit like a puzzle piece that doesn't fit in your business or in your industry maybe, and to try to do it like everyone else when it's not your journey. Like, you can put months of work into a program that will never take off. You can waste all of this time. You can try to force yourself to fit. You can try to like pigeonhole yourself in some way. But the truth is, if it's not in alignment, it will never work. And so instead of wasting those months on a program that's not going to take off for you, and while you're trying to push something that's out of alignment, your audience itself is feeling that icky energy. They are subconsciously repelled by you in those moments. When you're out of alignment, you're inauthentic, and they are very repelled by the energy around that, because it can come across as like desperate or forced, and people feel that. And they don't have to be able to put words to it. All like the spiritual community is very empathic. They are very clairsentient. Just like you can use this as a superpower, as I'm using clairsentience to do this for my business clients. You can also expect your audience to also be wise to your energy. And if you're out of alignment, they can feel that and they are repelled by that. So stop forcing things that are not working. So you could waste months and months trying to tweak a program, or I can redirect you in one session, literally one session with me. And my sessions in my one-to-one mentorships are generally like 60 minutes, like an hour, versus months of trying to force something. Or in a group business program with me, one class then would be one session, one class with me, and we can completely redirect you into a stream of potential, into a stream of flowing energy that's flowing in the right direction. And now all of a sudden it feels like you're flowing with the current instead of trying to force things and going against the current. So out of alignment means that you've also lost that magic fairy dust of your authenticity. Like, who are you trying to be when you're being so inauthentic? Because you're not being yourself. And this definitely is clouding the potency of your messaging. So all of a sudden your messaging content, it takes a giant dip because it's not your voice anymore. You're trying to be something that you're not. You're trying to speak on something that you think maybe should be important to you, but maybe it isn't important. Maybe that's never even what you were supposed to be talking about in the first place. And out of alignment can also mean that you are at a stalemate with your audience. And so they're not giving you an inch. They feel something's off and they're just like not having it, right? So that means all of your growth in your business has halted until you get your shit together, basically. So that means no signups, no engagement on socials. Your socials aren't growing. Like, a full stalemate is happening. And if you are like just barely growing, it's like you're creeping along instead of quantum leaps and bounds that you know you're capable of. So for God's sake, stop trying to take the same energy over and over and over again. Stop trying the same things over and over and over again. It's like beating a dead bush. I have no idea what the saying is there. What is it? Beating a dead rabbit? That sounds awful. Let's not ever say that again. Oh, Brian just yelled horse from the other room. It's like beating a dead horse. That's an awful visual. I will never say that again, and I apologize. But basically what I'm trying to say is that if that post that you spent 20 minutes or 20 hours on, whatever it was, didn't rock anybody's socks, try something else. Anything else. Stop trying the same thing over and over and over again. If they're not buying it, if they're not into it, if your audience isn't there, if nobody's magnetically pulled to suddenly like follow you over this, stop doing it. Just try something else. Literally, you need a shift, right? You need to shift that energy. And another thing that would be this, you're just trying the same thing over and over and over, which by the way is the definition of insanity, to just continually try the same thing, thinking you're going to get some new result when like the history is proven that it's not working and it is time to shift. So stop being insane. Another thing is, if that program that you created, and you know, sometimes we just get really sentimentally attached to things that we put a lot of time and effort into, and that sucks. Like if you've spent the months, like we said before, you're putting months of work into a program, but it will never take off if it's not in alignment. Just stop trying to force it on people, right? So if that program did not blast off, don't just give it a new hairdo and send it back out into the world. No amount of zhuzhing it up at this point is going to change what it is at its core. And what it is at its core is not aligned. Okay, so signs of being out of alignment are: you're capped in your profits in your business. You know, whatever you're hitting every month, you just keep hitting that every month, which is great for consistency. However, that's not growth. That's not blasting off into a new stratosphere. That's not creating like a really powerful brand that's going to be something you can hand down to like your family as an inheritance. Like, capped profits are a stalemate, even if they're high, even if you're like doing it every month. If it's the same all the time, then where is the growth, right? And the reason why we want to continue to see that growth is that is a sign of a healthy business. That is a sign of a creative business. That is a sign of reaching, impacting people positively in new ways, new platforms, new areas of the internet or the world. Another sign of being out of alignment is slow to no growth on your socials. You know what that looks like. We've all been there for months, right? Another sign is no electricity in your engagement. So no one is like getting fired up. You're not receiving the comments on your posts like, oh my God, thank God you said this. Somebody needed to say this, or this was fire, or I totally relate, or all those comments that let you know that your audience is feeling engaged. Your audience is feeling inspired by you. And if you're not getting that on your posts regularly, then you're out of alignment. Another funny sign that you're out of alignment that you might not think is a positive thing, but it absolutely is a positive thing, is if you're not ruffling any feathers. You want to ruffle feathers. You don't want to be for everybody. You're not for everybody. You want to ruffle feathers because that means that you're taking a stand, that you have a talking point, that you're passionate about something. If you don't have any haters and you're not ruffling any feathers, then you're trying to serve everybody. And that is not it, right? We need to kind of like narrow our messaging and our content down and only speak to our dreamiest clients, our soulmate clients, the people like the past versions of you, the future versions of you, all the people that feel like the friends and the family and the besties that you would love to work with. Just speak to them and stop worrying about what other people think. I have started celebrating when I post something a little spicy. I am really celebrating when I see my followers going down, because it's not losing followers. I'm not losing anything. Trust me, I am purging unaligned energy, and I am happy to show at the door, because all I want is that potent group of people that are my absolute number one fans. They're the ones on the wait list, can't wait for the next program. They're the ones signing up for everything, and nobody else matters. Those are the people that you're helping. There's your impact. So only worry about them. So you do want to see that you're ruffling feathers. You do want to see that. Okay. Another sign of being out of alignment is you've lost momentum in whatever way that feels. Have you lost momentum personally behind the scenes? Is the growth stopped? Are you over it? Like you're just done? Or have you lost momentum in your business in some way? You can't compartmentalize energy. If you've lost momentum personally, then your business has lost it too. Because all your business is a mirror of your own frequency. It's a mirror of you in every way. It's so amazing how it's such a learning tool because it is a mirror. And then also a sign of being out of alignment is your content is a one-note snooze fest. Okay, it's so boring. Maybe you're only talking about one thing, or maybe you're so scattered you don't know what you're talking about. Like it's not magnetic. It's not calling people in. Okay, so that's one section of how I really help people by feeling their energy, knowing when they're out of alignment, helping to bring them back into alignment, helping them to stop wasting time on things that were never for them, helping them to find that authenticity and stop trying to be like others. Just because somebody else in your industry is successful in the way that they're doing it, it doesn't mean that's going to work for you. Copycat strategies do not work for us. We have our own very specific frequency. You should be focusing on that. What is your highest self frequency? Are you truly infusing that into your messaging? Truly who you are deep at a soul level? Where is that showing up in your business? And if it's not, you're missing something. You're missing the point. Okay, let's move on. Okay. And this is not to call people out or be harmful in any way. This is truly to help you. We've all been there at the content snooze fest. Okay. We've all been really boring. So this is really just to like inspire you to like really look within and see where you can light yourself up again. So the next way that I help people is another Claire. No surprise if I'm psychic, but the first one was clairsentience, which was clear feeling. The second way that's really big is claircognizance, which is clear knowing. And basically that's like the downloads, right? When you're receiving through your crown chakra, claircognizance is the downloaded information from the higher dimensions, being able to download information from different timelines, your highest timeline, your highest self, all those good things. So you could sit at your desk for like 4 years with writer's block or creativity blocks, and yet I can swoop in and in one session light up your creative channels on fire with passion again. And the way that I do that is I do connect with your highest human self. We want to be very specific about the highest self we're connecting to. It should be your highest human self, not your highest Pleiadian or Andromedan or gray or dragon self. None of those matter if you're in a human life. They probably do have something to offer to you, but not in your business, okay? In your business, you really want to be connecting with your highest human self. They are the version of you that figured it out. They're on the timeline. These parallel timelines exist, okay? They're on the timeline of you, the human you, same name, same everything, but they're on the version of your timeline where you got it all figured out. You nailed the messaging, you nailed the content, you nailed the who your client was supposed to be. Who are you talking to? Who are you here to serve? They nailed it. They nailed the programming. They even like nailed the business tiers, like the foundation of your business and on all the ladder rungs going up to your highest programs. So they get it. That's who we want to talk to. So for me, I connect with that version of you, that highest human self, and I let the ideas crash over us if we were sitting in session together like a tidal wave. And then it turns into this very rapid fire session, a rapid fire of super specific content and messaging that's going to make you stand out and get you noticed by those dreamiest clients. Magnetic funnels that are so unique that they're so unique to you and your gifts that you're the only one that could offer them. So this is not something you can Google, okay? This is like a super, super customized, personalized to your frequency magnetic funnel to call in your clients. And then also something that comes through in these rapid fire sessions is customized offers with multiple tiers. So offers that have multiple tiers within one offer, add-ons, and a client growth plan. So if they come in at like a lower tier, that you have space for them to grow, that they're not going to outgrow your offers and your business. And even what comes through is sacred branding, which is so beautiful. Sacred branding that sets off. So branding is the first thing that people notice about your business. It's your vibe. It's your imaging, your colors, your fonts, the way you set things up, the way it looks, the way it feels. A lot of it is the way that it feels. And when we get our sacred branding aligned, it sets off these subconscious light bulbs in your future bestie clients that you are made for them. They see that sacred branding, they feel it. They don't even need to really read the post. They can feel it. Like it's like a first, people make their first impressions of you in like 2 seconds. And so you really want to make sure that it's all on point when somebody comes to your website or your IG page, or your TikTok, or whatever it is. Okay, so let's move on from claircognizance into the next section. So this is like a real powerhouse gift for me. So this would be channeling. Okay, so what is channeling? Very quickly, it's communicating with spirit, and I communicate with higher dimensions only, and it's where you're using all the clairs. Okay, so for me, I would be using all of the clairs to communicate with your guides. That's your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, galactic guides, councils, Akashic gatekeeper, highest self, and, okay? So I'm using all the clairs: clairvoyance, clairaudience, the claircognizance, and the clairsentience that we talked about. So all of the above. So as if everything that I've described for you wasn't already powerful enough, let's bring in this like super powerhouse of a gift, channeling, which is my strongest gift. So why would channeling help in business? So one instance that channeling has helped people in business is soul gift discovery. So what are your gifts, right? Even if you already have your business going, are you truly utilizing what your most powerful, most natural soul gifts are and bringing them into your programs in your business from the very bottom level to the very top? And if you believe that you are, do you understand that those gifts need space to breathe? Because they like to evolve over time with you. They get more powerful as you do. They grow and they evolve with you. And are you creating space for that? Or are you trying to cram them into your old offers that you've outgrown? And then also the fact that you have more than one soul gift, more than one divine archetype. Are you truly being open to what's next for you? What's your next level? What wants to come through? There's a lot, trust me. So soul gifts discovery and the mastery of your soul gifts, and then the practical usage of them on earth. We have to be very grounded about this, right? We have to, as starseeds, we can float off into the ethers. We really do have to stay grounded if we want to be able to anchor these ideas into a 3D business, into a physical business. When I say 3D business, I don't mean icky, you're joining into the matrix. I mean the fact that we live in a physical world, right? We're not in the angelic realms or in the fey realms where we can just snap our fingers and manifest like a new house, a new car, a new whatever. We have to work in somewhat within the rules and the boundaries of the matrix, which means that we have to use channels like the internet. We have to use channels like the spiritual community. We have to use tools like money to create the support that we need to live a life of our highest dreams and create the most impact as possible. So that's what I mean when I say 3D. I don't mean anything low. I mean just being like grounded about what you're doing. So we really do need to get grounded when it comes to soul gifts. So you've got to find a way to be practical about that and logical about that. And that is something that your guides love to talk about. They love to channel something crazy, but then show you how to take that, what seems like a woo-woo gift, and how can I use that here and now in my business? And they love the challenge of that. And it is so detailed and so specific and so beautiful. Another way that channeling is really powerful in business for a business mentor to bring this gift to you is clairvoyant, okay, third eye, visions of your highest self doing the thing. As in living their highest life, living that highest timeline where all the good is, all the love, the joy, the abundance, the freedom, the money, the impact, the fulfillment, the purpose, like the happiness, and having such an extremely unlimited bandwidth to feel all of that joy. So your higher self is on your highest timeline doing the thing. So when we get to pull back the curtain on that vision, on your future success, then we can see what it looks like, and then we can rewind to see how to get you there. So we see the end result, and then we're like, okay, let's rewind and see what are the now steps. What's the first 2 steps? Because I wouldn't overwhelm you with 10 steps. We take 1 step, 2 step. We have to take action steps. And that part is up to you. But I, of course, will support you in that as well. Your guides, all the guides that I mentioned, the different kinds of guides that are on your team, have so much to say about your purpose here, about your business here. Very, very specifically, even about your offers, right? Like they have a lot to say, okay? In fact, they never stop talking. A lot of the time, it's really, really funny and it's really powerful. They have the higher perspective, right? That we can't necessarily easily grasp here. They have that higher perspective on how the journey that you're going through inside, the journey within, is being mirrored in your business path. And they always speak to both. So when they bring in this higher dimensional guidance, now it's like beyond just business mentorship. It's like, wait, what's going on with you here? What is this block, or what is this thing that we're feeling? How can we move through that, because it's creating a block in your business as well? If you're blocking your gifts because of a witch wound and the fear that that created, if you're blocking your money because of sneaky lack mentality that snuck in your childhood, listening to your parents, going on and on about how hard it was to make money, or how you have to work like a dog to make money, or money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to struggle, or whatever it is that they said, that's all programming that you're storing in your energetic systems, especially the root chakra. So your guides know. They know the deep shit, and they see the outer mirror of it, and they know we can't fix it from the outside. A lot of the times we have to fix that from the inside. 99% of the time it's like an inside job. So we got to go inside and we got to figure out what's going on within, in these blocks, these clearings, and they help with all of that, right? I always invite your team in whenever we're doing a clearing, a healing, an activation, an expansion, even an upgrade. We bring them on that quantum healing journey as well. And they also will bring, your guides will also bring through super high frequency insights, energy, ideas, stuff that is so fucking unique that it probably doesn't even exist on Earth yet. So you can't take a course on how to learn to do that thing, whether that's the Arcturian healer, whether that's the living frequency in a jewelry collection that you create. I'm using like real examples of clients right now. Whether that is you being a portal to goddess codes, sending love to all 3 of those clients. And there's so many more. Or whether that is the Kundalini specialist that works with the 8th dimensional dragon codes and frequency. Shout out to you as well. Like the things that come through in these sessions, you can't Google it. You can't take a course on it. It's yours. You should be the one teaching it, right? Once you kind of get a handle on it and you start putting it into practice and start offering it, eventually please teach it, because We need it here on earth and nobody can do it but you. You're like the master of it. You're the specialist of it. You're the only channel for it. That is how unique soul gifts are. That you can't train for this stuff, right? But your guides can train you. Your guides can show you. This is how you use it in another lifetime. This is how we think it would make sense on earth. Let's try this and see what happens. Okay, let's come back. Let's try it this way. Okay, that's working. Let's tweak this. And it just gets bigger and bigger. It's so powerful. So they show you the stuff that doesn't even exist on earth. Then they show you how the practical, grounded, okay, again, that's so important, human steps to get started. It does not get more elevated than that. Like that alone would just if I channeled for people and I had no other effing clue of what I was doing, that would be enough. But there's so much more that I'm doing as a psychic in the just in everything, just in these clairs, in this authenticity, in this strategy, in this channeling, in these downloads, right? Like it's so potent and powerful. So your spiritual business, whether it exists already and you are an entrepreneur, or it's this seed that's growing that will be your reality, it's on your timeline to come into fruition. Whatever group you fit into, your spiritual business is a dimensional gateway. Okay, think of that for a sec. Your spiritual business is a dimensional gateway for your soul gifts to enter through into this plane of existence. Okay, so you're creating this dimensional gateway by creating a business so that your soul gifts can enter into this reality, into this timeline. Because they're not here yet, right? They're so unique that nobody else can do it but you. And they come into this existence and then they start impacting the collective, serving humanity, literally. It's so powerful. What you've birthed when you create a business, what you have birthed, it is not a mundane 9-to-5, okay? It is not just like some other entrepreneur creating a business with their EIN number and they just do their thing and it's just like everybody else. It is not a mundane, like copycat, been done before business. It is literally a portal. You are creating a portal. As a starseed, as a light worker, as an energy healer, as a channeler, as a coach, as any spiritually awakened kind of entrepreneur or leader, when you create a business, it's a friggin' portal. And that portal is for your highest self to walk through. And they will. And when you align with that highest self frequency, it's like a portal to your highest timeline. You've just created this quantum leap. You've just like collapsed time and space to embody that version. And you bring that here, and that's a gift to bring that frequency here as well. For everybody, it's such a gift. Does that all just sound totally crazy to you? Or does that, if that sounds crazy to you, this isn't for you, okay, my friend? If you're not speaking this language, don't worry, then it's not for you. If that sounds like that gave me chills, that gave me goosebumps, then it is for you. That is your reality. That is in your future. That is your now moment. And you're being called, right? So here's the truth. There is a power that is building inside of you, and it needs a clean outlet into the world. That's where this all comes in. This is like an outlet. But for many spiritual entrepreneurs, their business is wavering. It's wavering under the intensity of their rising frequency. So your gifts, as they continue to expand and evolve, and now you've outgrown your current programs. Okay, so your gifts, like I said, they will continue to expand. They will continue to evolve. Now they've outgrown what your current programs can hold. They can't hold that level of frequency. They can't hold those super intense high vibrations. That's like blasting your old business with a solar flare and seeing it crumble before your very eyes. Okay, so it's not necessarily something that you've done wrong, because you should be continuing to grow and evolve and be so powerful that that happens. But what you're not doing is bringing your business up with you every time you level up. That's what's missing, right? And so all of the, as a starseed, as a light worker, all of the deaths and the rebirths that you've been experiencing, that is you leveling up. Think about all of the deaths and the rebirths that you've experienced, like in the last few months, last year, this year, even in the last few weeks. As we just go through like the next Schumann spike, the next solar flare, the next friggin' eclipse season, whatever it is, think about all of the deaths and the rebirths, no matter how many or large they are. It is all impacting your frequency. And when you don't pull your business up with you, you create dissonance, which is the difference between where you're at and where something else is at. The difference is a dissonance, right? Your business is barely keeping up then. And you know that. You see the signs of it in everything that we've talked about today. All of the stalemate, stagnant, not growing, not quantum leaping, all of that. Your spiritual business, it has a life of its own. It's alive because it's an extension of you. It's an extension of your own life force. It's an extension, it's a mirror of you, and it's an extension of your own personal frequency, your own purpose. When it's not being energetically nurtured and brought back into alignment with your soul growth that you're going through, it quickly falls out of alignment into that dissonance place, and that creates resistance. Dissonance creates resistance. Again, dissonance is a difference in frequency. It's trying to pull you down. It can't rise up if you don't help it. So all of that stops everything in its tracks because you've just created so much resistance now because of the difference. So these are some things that you can just ruminate on and ask yourself. Does it feel as if your business can't hold the power of your vision? Does it feel as if you're pouring energy into your business, but it's not responding? Is your business stuck on an old frequency channel, like an old radio channel? It's all static now. It's not making sense anymore. It's stagnant. It's struggling to grow in audience, or you're struggling to break through an abundance level that you've reached. Or is maybe your business, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe your business is the one way above you and you're creating the dissonance. This does happen. So ask yourself this, is your business growing faster than you? And now it's consuming, here's a sign that it is. If your business is growing faster than you are growing, it's starting to consume all of your time and freedom, and you feel like your business and your clientele have taken over your life. Like you have no freedom, you have no free time. It boomed so fast that now it's like taking over your life and you have no time for you, no me time, no self-care. You're overwhelmed, basically. Okay, now you're out of alignment again. So now we need to bring you back into alignment with that. And then the last question to ask yourself, are you wondering when being an entrepreneur will start to feel like the magical dancing land of freedom, wealth, impact, and fulfillment? Are you wondering when that's going to happen for you? And maybe that means you're not there, you're not dancing in that beautiful land. Well, the answers lie in harmonizing to your highest self frequency, harmonizing yourself to your highest self frequency while walking your highest business timeline. It's two things. It's you and it's your business, and it's keeping everybody on the same page. This brings in an incredible sense of ease and more space to breathe and be creative back into your schedule and back into your life. So what you've been missing is this higher perspective of the sovereign creator that you are, the sovereign creator within, the insightful version of you that isn't afraid to open the door on how powerful you really are. Make space for the growth and the gifts to come blasting through, ready for the next level and not subconsciously holding yourself back out of fear or blocks. And you're missing that insightful version of you who's not afraid to open the door and how powerful you actually are, the version of you that shows up in all the confidence with insanely creative ideas and backs it up with aligned action. Okay, so here's what I really want to do a personal invitation to anybody that's super resonating right now. Okay, I have two different ways that you can work with me. The one is just a one-to-one mentorship. So it's just you and me, babe. And you can absolutely find that in a link that I'm going to put in the description of this video. If you're looking for a very private, personal one-to-one experience, like a bespoke kind of customized to you experience, that's your path. But I think for a lot of people, what they don't realize is, let me just tell you something I've learned. When you do a group program, which I want to talk to you about a brand new group program. When you do a group program, there is a momentum that carries the whole group, right? There is such a momentum that really leads to like uh, like you can feel tangible results. Okay, because the power of the group momentum is that we don't get off track. You know, the schedule is what it is. The classes are what they are. We don't get off track. We stay on the program. We stay to the curriculum. You are inspired by all of the different people in the group taking their own action and sharing that and supporting you in that. And there's just such a power to a group. It's almost like the difference between doing a solo meditation and a group meditation. A group meditation harnesses like these wavelengths of everyone all together, and it creates like massive breakthroughs and changes for everybody involved. The one-to-ones are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with a one-to-one. The only thing that's about a one-to-one is I've noticed there's not the same momentum. Things can get off track easily because, and I'm not saying that I don't enjoy this, because I do, but let me be really, really real with you. Like a 6-month one-to-one with me often turns into life coaching, because something will come up in that person's life, like a divorce, moving, illness, something, financial burden, something, a family problem, something goes wrong, and immediately they're looking for me to support them on that level, which I'm happy to do, by the way. And so my one-to-one private coaching actually becomes a combination of business coaching with life coaching, with ascension coaching, with, because of all that I have to offer, and that I can truly walk somebody through the fire of those experiences. And when you're in a group, that is not the case. The group, that's what I'm talking about. It's the focus. It's the momentum. That's where the results are super, super potent. Now, if you know that one-to-one is for you, I'm not going to stop you from applying for that. I love my one-to-ones. They become, because we work together for 6 months, they become like my literal best friends. And we know everything about each other's lives. And it's really, really beautiful and personal. It's like this really supportive friendship. It's a gentler feeling. The group program is like a quantum freaking leap. It is like, it is not a gentle, it's not this gentle, watery, like, you know, babbling brook. It is a tidal wave, and it's going to take you. It's going to send you next level coming up. So you need to be ready for that. And I think that a lot of you will be. So let me explain to you what this is. So it's actually brand new. So you haven't heard me talk about this yet. So CEO of Light. This is brand new. This is a 3-month transformation business program. It is perfect for two kinds of people. It's perfect for the spiritual entrepreneur. They already have their business, but they're ready to elevate their business into a soul empire, taking that one-note business into like a full symphony, very multi-layered, full-on brand empire. Okay, very different feeling. And then it's taking all of that, including you, takes everything, including yourself, to the next level. Okay, because you're not going to be left behind, because like I said, you can't compartmentalize business frequency. It's just mirroring you. So if I'm taking your business to your next level, you better believe you're going with it. Okay. The other group that this is perfect for, CEO of Light, this 3-month program, is perfect for someone who's just getting started. Okay, it's a powerful quantum leap for somebody just getting started or looking for a way to enter into the spiritual business community with a bang. Like, you want to make that entrance, honey? I got you. And if only I had this program when I was starting out, oh my God, I would be leaps and bounds ahead of where I'm at. But I am so happy to kind of be that pioneer and create this for the next wave, right? So I only have 6 spaces left. I don't know if you guys know this, you probably do, but I always limit the spaces in my programs to honor my own energy, to honor myself. It takes a lot of work to hold space for everybody like that, but also just to honor the student too, because I want to make sure that you feel supported, held, seen, and you get that personalized support as well. So I'm limiting this to 10 people, and I have 6 spaces left. So we start June 13th. So that means within I think maybe 3 weeks, very soon, very, very soon, we're getting started. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Get on get your seat reserved, get on there. If you go, okay, the link is in the bio, by the way, or no, I'm used to Instagram. Link is in the description of this video. Check out below. I will link it very clearly. If you go there, just be prepared. If you go there and all the spots are gone, then get on the wait list, okay? Because 3 months happens, goes and comes, and before you know it, it's time for the next round. And this is just like my Psychic Light program. I have a huge wait list for Psychic Light beyond what I can even take in one round, but they get first dibs. If you put yourself on a wait list, you better believe you're going to hear about it before everybody else. So get on the wait list and make sure that you get to know about it, okay? You might get one of those 6 spaces remaining by the time this video comes out. I'm hoping that there are spots for you, but if there are not, the feeling that I've created within you in this transmission that you've just received is not for no reason. Trust in that, okay? And if you're unsure, if you're like, oh, I don't know, I want to tell you what to do. Click on the link and go to the curriculum. So scroll down, look at the curriculum of this program. I have listed every single lesson for 12 weeks. You'll see, like, I don't hold anything back. I show you everything. You know exactly what to expect. If you're going through the curriculum and you're reading these lessons of what I'm going to be teaching for 12 weeks in a row, and you feel something, a soul nudge feels like excitement or a heart flutter or like a maybe heat or tingling or chills, or some people get like a little punch in the gut, like, ooh, that's for me. If you get a sensation when you're reading the curriculum, it's for you. Okay, so get on the wait list or get one of the last remaining spots. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Go ahead now, head down to the description in the bottom of this video and take your next move. Take action, okay? Action takers are the ones that make things happen, okay? If you're going to sit on the fence in your whole, about things like this, you're always going to be sitting on the fence and you're never going to experience the extreme, just fulfillment, excitement, abundance, time and freedom that you can when you have your own business, or when you have a business that is aligned and giving you the actual space and freedom to breathe. Okay, so leave it there. Thank you so much, you guys, for indulging me and sharing something that I am so passionate about. And I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel for new videos every Sunday. I love you all. Thank you so much. And before we go, please remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you, beautiful star seeds. Have a great day. Bye.